We all know Susan B. Anthony lived and worked in Rochester while fighting for women's rights, but local historians are recently discovering the role of Pittsford women in the suffrage movement. This year's the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, and they're celebrating by sharing the stories of some of these women. Kayla Green tells us.
You may have seen these purple signs scattered all around the village of Pittsford. Well, they're all part of a walking tour that explains all about the women who founded the Pittsford Political Equality Club back in 1902. Historians here say there's so much about Pittsford women that hasn't been uncovered until now.
We were fortunate when we were transferring records from one office to another office to find the Pittsford Political Equality Club minute book from 1902 when they first formed the club.
Vicki Profit is the deputy town historian in Pittsford. She's been studying Pittsford families for years, but something was always missing from her findings.
I began to realize that all of these years that I've been researching, so much has been about the men and so little about their wives or other women in the community who weren't married.
After finding the first-hand accounts, she and other town leaders put together the tour, which highlights the 14 women in the Political Equality Club. There are 14 stops, including their homes, church, and the town hall where they would hold meetings. There's also a cemetery tour where 10 of the members are buried.
It gave us more of an insight into these women who, some of them had one child, some of them had 10 children, and they were able to set aside their personal life for just a little while so they could meet and talk about how important it was for women to have the right to vote and work together.
While suffrage was a main goal, many of the women were also involved in the abolition and temperance causes. Profit says this project inspired her to dig deeper and highlight the accomplishments of women in her work.
Sadly, some of these women never lived to see the 19th Amendment ratified, but they were working toward that goal, and as we know, 1920, when it was finally ratified, across the country, was just an amazing time for these ladies, and I'm sorry that some of them didn't get the chance to see that.
The self-guided tour is open to everyone, and the signs will stay up for at least a few more weeks, weather permitting. In Pittsford, Kayla Green, News 8.
All right, Kayla, thank you. Great story. The tour, by the way, takes about an hour and a half, just in case you were wondering.